What's up guys, this is Engaard coming to you with another episode of But Does It Spin, and today we are going back to opening some Hypersphere. Yeah, it took me a second to say it because it has been a hot minute since we opened new Hypersphere stuff here in this channel. The last Hypersphere thing that was sealed that we opened, I believe, was the vertical drop, which was the very first episode of But Does It Spin. So fantastic. It's been a long time. It's been a while. So let's open this up and see what we got. Of course, we do have Monster Ogre here, which is the GT, the Hypersphere actual one, and this is just Engaard, a recolor of Engaard. They do call it E5, but you know, it's the whole thing I used to say, right? Up until Speedstorm, this is what they used to do on double packs. They used to put one of that current format and then a recolor of a previous format. So yeah, we do have Engaard here. They do say E5, but it's not really E5. It's just a recolor there. And what makes it E5 is this bottom part, which doesn't really make sense because if you switch the driver out to a slingshot driver, then this can have the exact same performance as the original Engaard E4 on slingshot, I believe. So yeah, you know, it was a way for them to cut costs, I believe, and it was a nice way for us to get recolors, sure, but you know, it's always, you know, I kind of wanted all of them to be on that same format, but you know, it is what it is. I do like Engaard quite a bit, and this recolor is on fire. You can see the translucent green below, which I do like quite a bit. Monster Ogre also looks pretty spiffy there, so we're gonna be opening these and battling them against each other to see if they spin. So let's go. But before we continue, leave us a like if you've been enjoying this series and consider subscribing not to lose any future videos of But Does It Spin. So are you ready? Let's go. So here we are with everything out of the box. Let's take a look at this Beyblades. Ogre, Monster Ogre looks fantastic. I do like this quite a bit. I don't think Takara Tomy ever had this. I think this is a Hasbro exclusive. I think it looks very amazing, very cool. That said, it is a Hasbro Beyblade, so of course it is very light. It doesn't have any of the gimmicks. It is hollow, very, very light. But it is still in the standard Hasbro Hypersphere Beyblade weight. Okay, you can see that it is 3-winged. It is an attack type, and it is 3-winged, just like Valkyrie. And you can see that it does have three weaker smash attacks here, but then it does have like a stronger one here, and a little bit here. I'm not sure how this is going to perform. I think it is interesting. It's a little weird that it goes in and then out here, because I think it might hit more here rather than here. I'm not sure. It feels a little awkward. I'm not too sure how I feel about that, and I'm pretty interested in see how this will perform. But you know, it is pretty interesting. I do love the colors, black and lime green. It does look very Xbox-ish. Kind of interesting that the Ogre themselves are red, but you know, it is pretty cool. I do like that quite a bit. That said, the driver here is an outer, so it is very round. This was pretty good back in the days. It will help in Life After Death because the bottom here is very smooth. And the weight, as you can see, the weight is more towards the outside here. So it will help with the stamina and balance of this Beyblade. It is a pretty superb forged disc, forged time, and yeah, not much else to say about this. The driver here is an octave. It's supposed to be an octave, but of course it's an octave H, so it is a Hypersphere drive. So it is very round, as you can see. It does. You definitely can see that it is an octagon on there, but because this is super round, I don't think that will have much of an effect. It will just be one of those wider round stuff. So it will, I do believe, is going to have more of like a defensive stance in the arena. or at least a bit of an attack, uh, a bit of an attack pattern there. Um, you can see it does have like a textured bottom, so it will have more friction on the arena. So I think it's going to be more aggressive than defensive. But yeah, not much to say about that. It is most Hypersphere drivers, they do react pretty similarly because they're all round. But it's interesting to see that they did put that texture there. Going to Engaard now. Like I said, this is a Chosette's layer, so it does even have the level up chip hole in there, the space there. So you know, it is. We know what this is. This is a defensive type. It doesn't have any metal parts like its Tekeratomic counterpart. This balls also is just all plastic, completely plastic. It is very hollow, so it is in line with the weight of other slingshot blades layers. It is slightly lighter than the GT than the Hypersphere blades, so it is a little in a disadvantage from that already. But you know, it is what is. I don't remember my Engaard having these holes though, so I'm not so sure what this is all about. I don't think. Let me go get my Engaard from Slingshot. Okay, so I did bring my original Slingshot Engaard layer, and it does have those holes. I just never really realized it. I guess it's not as prominent as it is on a transparent layer, but I don't know. So yeah, it's not different. It's just a recolor, and I do think the recolor looks much cooler. So yeah, there's that. The Forge disc here is a 7, so it is elliptical. It does have its waist divided into this side and that side. You can fit a frame if you really want to, but it doesn't come with any, so we're not going to use any. And the driver here is supposed to be a Banshee. It's a Banshee H for Hypersphere. And like I said, all Hypersphere drivers are round, so they will move around on their arenas. And this is slightly pointier than this. So this will be more stamina. This will be slightly calmer. But still it will move around quite a bit because they're all Hypersphere drivers. And yeah, those are all the parts. Let's assemble them and battle them in our arena. And that's it, folks. As you saw, they're pretty well balanced. Whoever we launch first would lose the stamina first. But that's like I said, they are both Hyperspheres, so their movement will be very similar. So what will make the difference would be the layer itself. The attacks from Ogre were not as strong as I had anticipated. He did make some pretty interesting hits on Engaard quite a few times, but perhaps because Engaard is a very nice defensive type of layer, he did survive most of that, leaving the battle mostly to stamina, and that ended up being whoever we launched second would end up winning. But yeah, take the conclusions you like from that. Leave us a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to see more videos like this. Of course, we are focusing more on Beyblades, but we also do bring some other spin toss from time to time, and sometimes even stuff that are not even spin toss, but then we try to spin them anyway, just to see if we can. So if you're into stuff like that, I'll see you next time, and until then, stay nerdy, guys.